welcome back. Now we're going to do day 21's workshop, which is Eucharistic poetry inspired by your own art. Now, if you don't think you're much of an artist, don't worry. There are lots of ways to create art without being an artist, and lots of ways to use that to inspire your writing. So it is full circle, and it's great, and there's nothing to worry about, I promise. So, first, let's talk about some ways you can create art. You can doodle, you can sculpt, you can paint, you can make a collage, you can use AI as long as you give credit where credit is due. There's really no harm in it for this because you're not making any money, you're not sharing it, you're not publishing it. You are simply using it as inspiration to write a piece of poetry. And you are giving all the keywords which are vital to the art, which are vital to your poem. So it is okay. In this case, don't care what your stance on AI art is. For this purpose, it is completely fair across the board. But if you don't want to use AI, that's fine too. I just want you to know it's totally good in this case. You can also use photography. You can also use so tools online, and I'm going to show you a really cool one as we do this workshop. But you can use tools online. You can do pixel art. You can do coloring book pages. You can do paint by number. All of it is art, okay? You don't have to be talented. You don't have to feel like an artist. You can absolutely participate in this and make it your own. Okay, with that being said, I'm going to switch to show you my screen so we can look at some art and we can talk about some ways to approach this. And if you've missed any of our previous Eucharistic examples and workshops, there are 2 more from earlier in the month, and you can find them. Typically, these are our Sunday workshop. Sunday? I think these are our Sunday workshops. I don't remember anymore. But we've done 2 of these this month already, I promise. So yeah, let's switch the screen and get started. Okay, so the first one I want to show you is this. It's a metallic Sharpie image that I did in 2014 from one of my favorite movies. So, if I were to write a Eucharistic piece about this, I might tell the story of Jack and Sally. I might mention the colors used. I might play on the patterns. I might talk about where I was in my life at this point in time because I remember where I was when I did this image very vividly. There are a lot of ways to approach it. And remember, 2014, that was a long time ago. Let's be kind. We also have this image that I did in 2015, and it is a Zentangle image. So for this one, I might talk about the patterns. I might talk about the monochromes. Specifically, I might talk about what I titled this piece, which is Breathe Some Life Into Me. I might talk about the music I was listening to. Oh no, it was 2014. My goodness. Okay. Anyway, I might talk about the little things that I hid in this. So I left a message to myself in these numbers, and I left the date here. And then there's also some writing hidden in these like triangle things. So yes, lots of cool things that could get mentioned. This is a sunflower painting I did. I might personify the sunflower. I might talk about why there's a weird background that doesn't really make sense with sunflowers. I might talk about the depth and the texture. I might talk about how everyone in my life wanted this painting, and the woman who ended up with it. Well, let's just say that was a really interesting story, and it stuck with me my entire life. This is the tool online that I was talking about. And basically what you did was you picked colors from one side, and then you picked where your shadowing and mirrors were coming from, and then you just clicked and drug. Let's see if I remember what it was called, or if I have it saved. Okay, website where you can click and drag color mandalas. Okay, it wasn't this, but this is similar. Clear. Yeah, so you can, this is one of them. I'm sure there are others out there. But you can pick a pattern, and you can drag your mouse and you create different things. Like that one's kind of pretty. And then last but not least, we have this, which again is kind of interesting. So this is actually all one image. And this is an entire poem, love letter thing on one side that has some artistry to it and some color. And then we have an actual image on the other side, and they are one big long thing. So I might talk about the duality of this, or I might talk about equating it to a wonderland, because one side is the dull everyday life and one side is the adventure. There are a lot of ways that you could do euchrastic poetry on any of these examples, and I can't wait to see how you would create a euchrastic piece for your own art. So yes, there are lots of ways to do this. You could also do like a collage, a sculpture, anything that you have created. So yes, enjoy. And thank you for tuning in, and happy writing, and I can't wait to see how this one goes for you. So you are going to find your own piece of art, or create your own piece of art, and write a euchrastic poetry about that. Happy writing, and I'll see you again for another workshop soon.